The silent explosion. You spent 25 years building a life. You shared a mortgage, a car payment, a vision of the future. You were 5, maybe 10 years away from the finish line, and then the conversation happened. I'm not happy. I can't do this anymore. I want out. For the gray divorce generation, this isn't just a breakup. It is a financial nuclear bomb. At 25, you have decades to recover from a divorce. At 52, you are splitting the nest egg in half exactly when you needed it to be whole. The house you thought was paid off, you might have to sell it. The retirement account you thought was enough, it just became 50% of enough. But here is what the lawyers won't tell you. While your marriage might be over, your life is not. Gen X was built for this. We are the generation that knows how to pivot. Today, we are talking about the Gray Divorce Survival Guide. We are going to move past the grief and get into the math. We're going to talk about how to protect your assets, how to weaponize the Social Security rules, and how to build a solo future that is actually better than the life you left behind. Standard disclaimer: I am not an attorney or a financial advisor. Divorce law varies by jurisdiction. Consult a professional before signing anything. Now, let's triage the wreckage. Part 1. The brutal math of 2 households. The biggest shock of gray divorce isn't the legal fees. It's the efficiency gap. When you are married, life is 50% cheaper. You share one roof, one heating bill, one Netflix account, one kitchen. The moment you separate, your cost of living doesn't drop by half. It often stays at 70% or 80% of what it was before. But your assets? They are split exactly 50-50. This is the mathematics of poverty that many people overlook. If you are on track to retire on $80,000 a year as a couple, you now need $60,000 to live as a solo person. But you only have $40,000 in income. That $20,000 gap is the danger zone. The first thing you must do before you even move out is calculate your solo burn rate. What does it cost for you to exist? You have to be ruthless. You are no longer living the family life. You are living the survival life. Every subscription, every square foot of housing, every insurance policy must be audited. In a gray divorce, the person who downsizes the fastest wins. Part 2. The house trap, let IT go. This is the most emotional part of the process. The family home. You raised your kids here. Your height marks are on the pantry door. You spent years landscaping that yard. In the divorce settlement, you might be tempted to fight for the house. You think, if I can just keep the house, everything will feel normal. Stop. For a solo person over 50, the family home is often a financial anchor. If you win the house in exchange for giving up your share of the 401k, you have made a catastrophic mistake. The house is a cash flow killer. It requires maintenance, taxes, and insurance. It pays you nothing. The 401k is a cash flow generator. It grows. It pays for your future. Do not trade your retirement for a pile of bricks and memories. The protocol is simple. Sell the house. Split the equity. Move into something small, modern, and low maintenance. You need liquidity right now. You need cash that earns interest, not a roof that needs shingles. Let the house go. You are building a new temple now. Part 3. The ex-spouse Social Security hack. Here is the one piece of news that might actually make you smile. If your marriage lasted 10 years or longer, and you have been divorced for at least 2 years, you are entitled to ex-spouse Social Security benefits. Here is how it works. You can claim 50% of your ex-spouse's Social Security benefit if it is higher than your own. And the best part? It doesn't affect their check at all. They don't even have to know you are doing it. It doesn't matter if they have remarried. It doesn't matter if you aren't on speaking terms. For many Gen X women who might have stepped back from the workforce to raise kids, this is a lifesaver. It can mean an extra $500, $800, or $1,200 a month in guaranteed, inflation-protected income. Do not overlook this. This is your divorce dividend. When you turn 62 or 67, you go to the Social Security office with your marriage certificate and your divorce decree. It is your right. Use it. Part 4. The QDRO and the retirement split. Let's talk about the 401k and the IRA. In most states, retirement assets earned during the marriage are considered community property. They get split. To do this without paying massive taxes and penalties, you need a QDRO, Qualified Domestic Relations Order. A QDRO allows the money to move from your spouse's 401k into your own IRA without the IRS treating it as a withdrawal. If you don't do this correctly, you could lose 30% of your settlement to taxes overnight. Make sure your lawyer is a financial specialist or works with a CDFA, Certified Divorce Financial Analyst. Generic divorce lawyers are great at fighting over furniture. They are often terrible at the tax implications of a 401k split. When that money hits your account, do not spend it. I know you want to buy new furniture for your apartment. I know you want a revenge vacation. Don't. That money is the only thing standing between you and a very difficult old age. It is sacred. Part 5. Rewiring the Gen X brain, the solo advantage. Now, let's talk about the psychological shift. Gen X was raised on the traditional script: college, marriage, kids, house, retirement. When the marriage ends at 50, we feel like we have failed the script. We feel broken. But here is the Gen X silver lining. For the first time in 25 years, you are the sole decision maker. No more compromising on where to live. No more arguing over the budget. No more checking in before you spend money or change careers. This is your solo freedom. If you want to move to Panama to slash your costs, like we talked about in the escape plan video, you can do it. If you want to launch that consulting business and work 60 hours a week to catch up, nobody is going to complain that you aren't present. You have total control over your burn rate. A solo person can live on very little if they are determined. You can be lean, mean, and fast. Your recovery speed is now 100% up to you. The second act, rebuilding the portfolio, you have 15 years. If you are 52, you have roughly 180 months until you hit full retirement age. If you downsize radically, if you move from that $4,000 month mortgage to a $1,500 month apartment, you have just freed up $2,500 a month. If you invest that $2,500 a month into a total market index fund for the next 15 years, you can build a nearly $1 million nest egg on top of whatever you got in the divorce settlement. Starting over at 50 isn't a death sentence. It is a reset, but you have to be aggressive. You have to live like a starter again, even though you have senior experience. Embrace the minimalist solo lifestyle now so you can be a wealthy solo later. Conclusion and the challenge. Let's be honest. The life you planned is gone. The future you saved for feels like it's been erased, and the silence in the house can be deafening. That's the reality of a gray divorce. It's not just a storm. It's a Category 5 hurricane that rips through your life, and it is terrifying. But here's what they always forget about us. We are Generation X. We were the latchkey kids who raised ourselves. We survived recessions, the dot-com bust, and the 2008 financial crisis. Resilience isn't something we learn. It's in our DNA. This isn't the end of your story. This is the plot twist. You are no longer half of a couple. You are the CEO of a new enterprise, the business of you. And your first executive decisions are non-negotiable. You will protect your assets with the ferocity of a mother bear. You will claim every single dollar of Social Security you are entitled to. You will analyze the house not as a home, but as a financial asset to be leveraged. and you will start building, brick by brick, a future that you own completely. Your next strategic move is to master the numbers. If you're facing the complex task of dividing a 401k, watch my retirement split deep dive next. It will save you from a $100,000 tax bomb. And if you're staring at a new budget, my solo budget video will give you the blueprint to thrive on one income. This isn't about just being okay. This is about building a life so financially and emotionally secure, you'll wonder why you ever settled for anything less. Welcome to your second act. Now let's get to work. I'll see you in the next one.